Hello everyone, this is Keith Jackson and welcome to Jack's Math Notebook. In this video, we're going to work out the types of problems you might encounter when dividing fractions. And so for our first one, we're going to divide a whole number by a fraction, and then we're going to divide a fraction by a fraction. And then after that, we're going to divide mixed numbers. And so let's go to the first example in which we're going to divide a whole number by a fraction. And here's what you're going to do. And this is the theme of dividing fractions. It is called keep, change, flip. So we're going to keep the 6 as is, or in fact, we're just going to write it over 1 because, see, a whole number is really over 1 after all. And then we're going to change the division sign to multiplication, and then we're going to flip 2/5, and we're going to make that to 5/2, as you see right here. So again, we're going to use the keep, change, flip method. And again, we're just going to write 6 over 1 because it really is 6. And then we're just going to multiply it by 5 over 2 or 5/2. And when we multiply straight across, which we can do, 6 times 5 will give us 30, while 1 times 2 will give us 2. And so now we have 30 divided by 2, or 30/2, right? And so 30 divided by 2 will give us 15. And so in this case, our answer is 15 when 6 is divided by 2/5. And let's move on to our second big example in which we're going to divide 3/4 by 2/3, keeping in mind that we're going to use the keep, change, flip method, and we're going to keep 3/4 as is. We're going to change division to multiplication, and we're going to flip 2/3 to 3/2. And then we're going to multiply across because 3 times 3 will give us 9, while 4 times 2 will give us 8. And in order to turn this into a mixed fraction or a mixed number, we're just going to divide 9 by 8. And so we know that 8 goes into 9 one time. 8 times 1 will give us 8. 9 minus 8 will give us 1. This right here, this number up here is the big number, the whole number that you see right here. This will be the numerator, and 8 will always be in the denominator position. And so now we have 1 and 1/8 as our answer. And then finally, let's go to this particular example in which we have 5 and 1/4 divided by 2 and 2/3. First, we're going to use the Texas popcorn method, and then we're going to keep, change, flip. And if you recall from previous videos, the popcorn method will work very much like this. We're going to keep that 4 in the denominator while multiplying it by 5 and then adding 1 to it. So we have 4 times 5 plus 1 right here, because we're going to take this 5 and 1/4. We're going to turn that into the popcorn method right here. And so here's what we have when we do that. We'll end up with 21/4, but let's not go too fast, right? Because we're going to have to do the same thing to 2 and 2/3. We're going to multiply the denominator by the whole number 2, and then we're going to add 2 to it. And so what that ends up giving us is 8/3. And so now we have 21/4 divided by 8/3, but not so fast, right? Because now we have to apply the keep, change, flip method, in which we're going to keep 21/4 the same, and we're going to multiply that by 3/8. Let us multiply across because 21 times 3 will give us 63, while 4 times 8 will give us 32. Dividing 63 by 32 will give us 1 and 31 over 32. All right, and so that's our answer right there. So 31/32. So 1 and 31/32 is our answer right here for our final example. Okay, you have been given a lot of information, of course, and I wouldn't blame you if you need to pause the video just to take a look at the steps or replay this video as many times you need to gain a deeper understanding of this concept. But in the meantime, please comment, share, like, and subscribe to Jack's Math Notebook for more content. Thank you and goodbye.